Alright, hi folks. Welcome back again. As you can see in here, what we're gonna do today is a bicycle. I got myself ahead of the game a little bit today because I already designed more or less a sketch, like a rough plan of what my bicycle would look like. As you guys might remember from one of my previous videos, the one where I make the bicycle chain, this distance was super important, which is the distance between center and center of the gears, right? And the chain would go all the way around that. So essentially, this was actually the first line I drew, and then everything else it was just like more or less what it would look like. So I guess I'm gonna get started now on a new part. I'll speed it up from here. Feel free to pause it as usual afterwards, and well, enjoy. Alright, hi folks. Well, as you can see, this is the final result of what I was doing. I apologize that I cannot show you in the video how to do that because I had some technical issues and the video did not save. Nonetheless, I'm gonna try something here. If I raise this bar, I'll raise it all the way up, we can see how I actually experiment. So I think, let's move it all the way there. I think we left it around here last time, despite the colors. Oh, let me just... Oh, I did a fillet, as you can see there, in that area. Well, I changed the colors then. We got the previous loft that I created like two profiles in there and I joined them. Then I did a boss extrude of this and I continued it up, as you can see there. Then these are sketches to create another plane, because then I created a plane that goes diagonally down to do well, the cut extrude is because that was too tall. That cylinder there. I actually did two cut extrudes because I wanted to like cut that for that to be completely flat. I also did a fillet around that area too. Then one fillet over there, and then one fillet over there. Then one cut extrude that goes all the way down like that, and then I don't remember. Oh, there, this one was, of course, a very important cut extrude. Will be for the wheels afterwards. Yeah, creating more planes. Now I'm gonna do like the part behind. Create a bunch of planes. One that is like inclined. Well, that is for the profile, but this one is inclined, and this is for the bike in here to do like those rails. Then I did another plane. Well, I should be mirroring this. Oh, I mirrored it afterwards actually. Some more planes, and I'm creating. I'm not sure where this is it. Oh, this is a plane that will be to make this thing that go up. So that's what we do in the sweep number 3. And then essentially what we got is a double mirror in there of those two things, and then I do like two planes in there to like, round that area up. You'll see that in a second with these two lofts, and then I did a cut extrude for the circles, and finally a lofted cut in there because we want to have like the seat being able to slide up and down. So that's essentially it, folks, for now. I think the only things I might do right now is in that cut extrude. So that's, I just want to remember the size. That's 0.4. And this in there is, that's 115. Yeah, alright, I'll leave it like that. Let's save this, and I'll see you guys in the next part of the video. Alright, hi folks. So I had some technical issues with my videos lately because apparently it's not recording all the way through. So I'll just show you the end result of what I got in here. I apologize for that. But essentially I can go over right now how I got to this end result. So this is the wheel. In fact, it's the rear wheel because it has like this special slot in there. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. That slot for the gear. We'll see that afterwards in the assembly. And yeah, and essentially this is how it looks like. I did all of these spokes. That's the hub and there. I've got a wheel. So let's go ahead. Let me just pull this all the way here, right? So it began with this revolve, right? This is the first piece that I did. And then I did, so that's essentially, I just did the profile and I revolved around that, and then I changed the colors. Then for the boss extrude, I just added, or there we go. So over there, in one of the planes, I drew like a small cylinder. I don't know if you can see it. And then I did a circular pattern. And now you have all small cylinders. How many did I do? 36 to be precise, because 36 over 4, that gives you 9. And then I'll show you why 9 is a special number. The next thing I did is in this quick revolve, I did the central hub that you can see in there. And then I created, let's see if I can bring that over there. Well, you cannot see that, but I'll see if I can show you the first sweep. The first sweep I did was, I did a circle in there, and then I traced a line that goes all the way from there to one of these guys. But it's actually at an angle, because that's how bicycles are done. And essentially, I'm gonna do a circular pattern of this by 9 times. So let's do that 9. And so you see how this is actually like angled a little bit. So I used the 3D sketch for that, but that is fair enough. And then I did the same thing, but on the other side, right? So you have 9 on this side, 9 on the other side. So we do a circular pattern there, and now we got 9 of these. And then I went over to the other side and I did the exact same thing. So 9 more, well, there, 9 more, and, oh, 9 more in there. And then I added those small, shafts in there too, and then a quick mirror too for that to appear on the other side. There we go. And yeah, that's essentially our wheel. Please let me know if you have any questions about this one. Alright, next up we got the front part of our bicycle. So let's take a look at that. 1 second. Oh no, I don't want to pan. I want to rotate. There we go. So I made it all in a single piece. You'll see everything how it looks when I put everything together. But essentially, you would have like a wheel going through there. So this narrows down. So this is an easy to construct geometry. We just do a mirror around it, and there's a fillet. So in fact, let me just show you directly how did I do all of this. So I began with this piece, just easy. I did a fillet over there. Then I just filleted that. I cut extrude. And then I created that piece in there. So essentially I created a plane that goes like that. Let's see if we can visualize that plane. I extrude like that. Then we did a mirroring, all of that. And then, well, first I did that circle in there, and then the fillet. And here, so you can see the fillets over there. And these 3 extrude. So it's essentially, this is all the math that I had to calculate before for this to fit nicely on the whole bicycle. And then I created a bunch of planes that are useful because now, well, here's, and that I did that at an angle. You'll see that plane in there. First I had to create that plane in there, which is, perpendicular to that, and then I defined an angle that went up. Now let's go. Now, well, I did a fillet also of that space over there. And then I did a box extrude like that, so I did a plane that is, well, perpendicular to that piece. And then here's the interesting part. Let's see that plane. So I created a plane that is horizontal, like that. And then I began to trace out more or less the shape using 3D sketches. As you can see here, let's see if I can, yeah, so you can see that 3D sketch over there. That involved using, of course, a bunch of planes. And then you just do a quick sweep of that and a mirror. And that's essentially how you get that piece. Alright, next up is the pedals. So essentially for the pedals, that's a very easy geometry. What I did in here, I began with a revolve. That was that piece. So let me just raise the bar all the way up to there. It was just that piece, and then I did a plane. Well, I was just using a plane that is perpendicular to that, and I did the following boss extrude. Well, of course, I filleted that, and then I created a plane in there such that I could mirror that on the other side. And now we get the following thing. And then essentially did a boss extrude that was, like a shape around this. So I also, in the same plane, I drew these ones. I drew like more or less a pattern that you'll see over here. And then essentially I did a bunch of cut extrudes to make this, look nice on one side, and then I extended that piece in there. Let me just change the view a little bit. Yeah, so it kind of looks like a pretty pedal in here. And then once I did the pedal, I went into, well, that's pedal 2 because I actually began with this piece, which is, this would go on the bicycle frame, the one that we saw at the beginning. Here's a couple of views. Nothing special about them. I began by doing this cylinder over there. So let's, oh, let me, that cylinder, then I did the other, another piece in there, and then I fill it, and then, alright, yes, I did the same on the other side too. And then here I extended that piece and I drew a plane in there, and then I began drawing the overall shape that we see here. So you see that for initial extrude. Then I will extrude that over there, if I'm not mistaken. And there we go. And what is that? Was extrude? Oh yes, because I did also that corner edge. Then I filleted the edges, cut extrude over there. Then before I do that, the last fillet, which would be over there, I did a circular pattern because if you choose an edge that is perpendicular to this, so you can see, well, it's not really that axis, it's sketch 10. It is, yeah, you could see it there. Then you could do a circular pattern and this will appear on that side. That way you don't need to draw it, and voila. There you got it. So yeah, we're almost done. We are just left with, I think I'll show it right now, with the saddle, or the bike seat, in other words. Let me just change the view a little bit. There's, of course, many different ways of designing a bicycle seat. The most important thing that I wanted to include is this bar, which is at the same angle that, on the bicycle frame from before. It was at this angle and there was a slot left open for this to slide in. So I'll begin right away by saying, yes, this was made as a loft. I created the plane there, and then I created a plane below it, and I calculated the distance that these had to be away from each other. And then for this one, it's also a loft, and then I mirrored this, as you can see there. Now the way this loft works is that so you can see here a bunch of planes. Let's see if I can show you that. So essentially what I did is, a bunch of profiles, more or less. And then using free sketches, I just joined all of the corners like that, because those will be the guiding curves of our loft. And then using that cut extrude, I just cut in there because I saw some bike seats. They cut like that. And of course I changed the material properties. Alright, with this being said, let's go into the assembly. Alright, so the assembly. There we got it. So this, oh yeah, let's click yes because I just modified. So this, my friends, is how the end result looks like. I'd say pretty nice, right? Let's right away go here to the rotate tool. We can see this in action. I left the wheel like that. It will be looking better. So let's begin right off about, essentially, you see there's not many parts in this. Let me just, close. So you can see these are the only parts that I have. It's I can count them right now. You go 1, 2, 3. Well, distinct parts is only 6. Then you have 2 wheels, 2 pedals, 2 gears. These ones are for if you want to learn about how I did the chain and the gears. There's another video I did. So that's essentially the mates I followed. So I used that chain pattern and the belt. I won't explain it now, but that's detailed all in there. And then essentially it will probably lag a lot, so I'll leave it towards the end. But I made it such that if you move, it lags a lot right now, but if you move this pedal up, like all of that should move as well. But I'll leave it for afterwards. Yeah, so essentially we have some concentric mates in there to put a wheel. I should say that it was very hard determining that distance such that there wouldn't be a clash. Let's take a look at, from different sides at our bicycle. Oh yeah, let's look at it from behind. So you can see that there's enough space. 1 second, there we go. There's enough space between there and there, thanks to that slot from before, and the chain goes freely like that. And you can see the pedals in action. The pedals are free to move. I'll exit the rotate function. Let me see if I can move them. You can see they can move nicely. And in theory, the wheel as well. I can move it and you see how, everything moves as well. But I apologize if it begins to lag right now, as it's doing, because there we go. Because it's, Solidworks doesn't really like these complicated. Oh, there you go, everything is moving as expected, more or less. Yeah, I'm having some trouble trying to move this wheel. Anyway, we can also move, this like that. We're like actually driving the bicycle. Well, I actually locked the seat, so you can. Oh, there you can actually move it. Well, I'll leave it over there for now. View, modify, rotate. So you could potentially move it up and down as well. And yeah, there you got it. I'll just give you a couple of views in here to see. Looks like definitely, I think the most complicated part in this assembly is doing the chain, but that's all detailed in the other video. But if you want everything to move together, like the wheel with the chain and the pedals with the chain, you essentially need a lock. So it's essentially, well, a gear mate. Well, that was for the gear and the chain, but look. So I'm looking up these two such that they move together, and I'm looking up these two. Well, essentially the wheel, there you go, and that gear, and then it's just all concentric and made parallel. It was for the seat before. Yeah, so there you got it, folks. I hope you liked it. Definitely let me know if you have any questions. Here's our bicycle. I might make it available in GraphCAD. I'm not sure yet. But if I do, I'll put the link in the description afterwards. Well, I hope you liked it, and well, have a nice day. Bye bye.